Hello. Yeah, sorry I look so rough. Um, Lyme spooky update. It's been nearly a year. Yeah, yeah. Right. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good everything. Sorry I look so bloody rough. I need a shower and a shave. But who cares? Who cares? It's great. It's great to be alive, isn't it? Lyme's disease. Right. I have Lyme's disease. I, I, I mean, I have it. I've had it for a long, long time now. Like, okay, but it's managed, and you can manage it. Now, this is a Spooky2 update, I'm getting messages on Messenger, people asking me questions about my spooky, and to be quite honest, I have to be honest with you, Facebook and all that lot, I can't be asked. I'm sorry, it's just too much bloody work. So I thought I'd do this as an answer to everything. I'll give you the proof, okay? The proof of the pudding, okay? This is I'm in my room. I've come back here from walking the dogs, but and doing things. But I think you can probably see a couple of my spookies there working. I've got two spookies working at the moment. I normally have four, but I've lent two to other people because basically it's nice to lend things to other people because you can help them out. I've got two. I've got them on. To be quite honest, at the moment I've got them on Herxheimer because I've got a little bit of Lyme coming in. It's it's a new moon at the moment. Coming up on Tuesday, we're about a day off the new moon, and I've been as rough as rats this morning. Now, it is a management thing. Um, I've never been able to run through the whole Lyme protocol, which other people I know who have the spookies have done it religiously, worked their way through it. Um, I got to be honest with you, they've done really, really well with it. Once they've got through that whole thing, they seem to actually have almost forgotten about Lyme. I mean, Lyme was something historic for them, and it's thing. But to be quite honest, once I go through the Lyme protocol, I hurt so fucking bad. And you have to excuse my language, but I'm Anglo-Saxon and I talk like that. I do. I'm sweary Jim. Reading glasses. I hurt so bad that it's just not viable. If you know what I mean, really isn't viable. I mean, if you Herx think, I've got one Herxheimer helper at the moment, but I have run through the thing. What I've done and what's given me my life back completely is I've used the spookies and alongside a herbal protocol. I've got rid of all the antibiotics and everything like that, and I'm using it. The main herbs that I've been using to sort of like combat my um, Lyme disease are um, Japanese knotweed, teasel, and astralagus or some terrible memory, but I mean those are the real. Well, the Japanese knotweed and the teasel are the ones, and if I overdo them, I can really, really sort of feel really quite rough. But as long as I keep a sip on, a sip on, and sip on, and keep those running with the maintenance, the line maintenance programs, Bob's your uncle, and I'm fine, and I'm working actually possibly 6, 7 days a week. That's how I do it anyway. I never had weekends or anything like that. I'm self-employed, always been self-employed. So you just work. I'm working 6 days, 7 days a week, and I'm using the spookies on the sort of the maintenance. I use them for the painkilling. Use the painkilling. I use the Herxheimer relief when at this time of the month, and they work. They work. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. And the one of the things is my wife suffered quite a long time from um, Epstein-Barr. She had a sort of like the glandular fever. That's one. Glandular fever. She had glandular fever, and it left her absolutely buggered. Did it really? So I shoved it. I said, I didn't tell her. I did not tell her. I put the spookies on, and I went bang, 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 glandular fever. And only the other day, I was saying to her, like, I said, how's the glandular fever then? Like, yeah. And she looked at me and said, bloody hell. She said, it's gone. She said, it's gone. She said, it must have just gone. I said, well, I've got the Spookies program for you. I've been running the Spookies program for you. Like, yeah, I got a bit of a DNA. I got some of her hair in it, and I put it in, and I ran it because I wanted a dry test, a real dry test, you know, because this is science fiction. It is science fiction. I mean, but for some reason, it bloody well works. Okay. I use the Spookies, you know, on an ongoing thing, a live thing, and I think you cannot sort of say, right, this is A, B, C, D, and we have to run it like that. You can't do that because we're all different. Everybody's different. Everybody's life is completely unique, and you have to do it one, you know, whatever suits you, and find out what works for you. Experiment. Yeah, if I put on these sort of like if I go on, there's Barbecia sort of like and things like that. I mean, Barbecia, I'm fine with Barbecia now. Actually, yeah, it's pretty good. But if I put them on the sort of like the Lyme Bartonella and everything like that, I mean, it's a matter of hours. And I go blah 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 blah. And boom, I'm gone. And excuse me, I'm gonna have some popcorn. This is like popcorn whilst making a movie. Diet. By the way, diet. For God's sake, if any of you have Lyme's disease, and you're eating dairy, gluten, and all that crap, just give it up. Do you know Jordan Peterson? He does a carnivore diet, just meat only diet, which is completely impossible from my perspective. But I mean, he swears by it. I am meat and two veg. Meat and two veg, no sugar. Meat, two veg, no sugar. No dairy, no gluten, and very little grain. Actually, very little grain. I do have some porridge in the morning sometimes. I used to live off porridge. I love porridge. Basically, with how I did my porridge was with hemp milk, raisins, and banana and prunes, and soak it overnight. Then just warm it. I've got a old English thing. Why don't I show you? Why don't I take you around and let you show you? We live in England. This is my house, my home, and this is the heating. This is the heating and the cooking. Can you see this? I mean, what we got here? Right, okay, this is the cooking. So I can cook overnight on here. That's arranged there, like, you know, and there's an open fire down here. There's a little fire in there. Can you see the little fire? Yeah, okay. And that's, and we can cook. And there's a kettle. So if I want to make a cup of tea, I can put the kettle on there and it will boil. And I can have a cup of tea in a minute. We do have an electric cooker, but we don't use it because it's only sort of like high days and holidays that we use the electric cooker, because it costs a lot of bloody money to run, and the fire's going anyway. It heats the house, it heats the water, and honestly, it's probably the best thing. Yeah, so this is England. Yeah, so I live something like from the Middle Ages, really. Excuse me. I swallowed a bit of popcorn. But with your Spookies, experiment. Try things out. Have a look through it, the programs. Have a look through it. And they do work. They work marvelously. I look absolutely, utterly dreadful. Where's my makeup? No, there's no makeup. I can do that. I'm 60 years old. I got a right to go for. Good luck, people, and enjoy it, because life is for the living.